we go. Oh my gosh. I haven't done this in a week. Thanks, Cutabat. I literally woke up like 10 minutes ago. I haven't even had a drink of water yet. Whew. Happy Saturday morning to you. Don't know what got up my craw to want to do this morning, but hey. But it's hammer time! Dude, so it was based off time. Let's see, it was 15 minutes ago because it's 8:30 right now. I opened my eyes at 8:15. Oh, this is gonna be horrible. I'm so tired. I opened my eyes at 8:15, rolled over, picked up my phone, pulled up Discord, saw that they were trying to get this together, looked at the entrance list, and I'm like, yeah, there's no way there's no way I could miss this. So I raced out of bed, turned on my computer. Thankfully, my computer fires up very quickly. And jumped into the IRC and was like, "Halt, sinner!" And asked if they could wait 3 minutes for me to get food, to wait for me to feed my cats. And they were so gracious to wait, and here we are. I think I saw Looney jump in there and then leave. Oh no, he jumped in. He's actually in there. Okay. You know, not... Oh, Jesus Christ. I am tired, man. I should not be doing this when I'm this tired. Anyway, my eyes are not even open yet. Now that you mention it, though, I am hungry. Like I said, I haven't even raced in a week. It's been a week since I've raced. I haven't raced since Monday. It's kind of why I was like, I should do this. Oh, whew. I need to exclaim to my wife that I am part of the living world. So how you doing this morning? Ah, that's a nice rod. I can autopilot this. Alright. Ooh, I need to get my eyes focused. I don't know what's wrong with me, because there's no fucking reason I should have joined this race. Threw my morning routine all off, too. Oh good, Zelda's with me. I just realized I didn't, I've been paying so little attention. I hope I didn't pull left Zelda in the cell again. Oh my goodness. This is not going to be the fastest hammer escape known to man. Especially when you get the wall of rope sitting there. Luckily, we didn't have to farm for bombs. Let's see what we got. We have not seen the map yet. Aether. There's the burrito. Ether Medallion and the Ice Rod. I guarantee you by the end of this race, neither will be required. That's how this game works. Well, I still got a +6 on my escape with hammer. That's pretty bad. I mean, I did take a fall. Oh my goodness. All right. Now we can play the game. Red roots from the tree. Oh, well, this is why I look. Because there was a time not too long ago that I wouldn't look. And I would not see the lovely surprise sitting on the lumberjack ledge. Now the question is it required? I'm gonna get this early on, especially when I'm half asleep. Exactly. Oh my god, I actually avoided it properly today. Oh my god. You know, I've never done that. Like, I always just go straight down and run into it, even when I notice and my mind registers that it's not, you know, that it's not needed. That's the first time I've ever actually avoided it when I wanted to. Oh my god. That's the secret. That's the secret. I just need to be dead tired when I do it. I need to be awake for 20 minutes. Oh my god, I've broken the game. I've broken the game! That is not bombs. Some goo. I will make sure not to skip Lazy Kid this time. Oh my god, I can't believe I did that. For anybody that wasn't aware, I accidentally skipped Lazy Kid in my race on Monday. Luckily, all I had was rupees, but yeah, I got the flute and forgot to turn it in, and then I backtracked right before Lazy Kid, and I checked it off on my tracker, and turned in the flute, and then walked right by him. Yeah, I had no idea that I did that, but I remember doing it now that it was mentioned. I definitely remember that. Because, yeah, I have a bad habit of doing that. Of marking things off on my tracker when I know I'm going to get them, but haven't gotten them yet. In fact, I did it right here. I marked off the bottle vendor, because it's going to be on route. That way I don't have to do multiples. In that case, though, I made a stop and changed my route very quickly, and I just looked at my tracker and realized, oh yeah, I've done all this. Because you don't often do Lazy Kid in town. It's not part of the route. In fact, look, if I could show you my track... Oh my god, there's the flute. Okay, I literally just marked all those off and then got the flute. So, I'm going to do it again, except I gotta remember this time to check the Lazy Kid. This is exactly the exact scenario that happened. Except when I leave here... I'm going to stop at the Lazy Kid's house and see what he's got. And then I'm going to go to the tavern and see what's on the tavern. Because that is what you do in this game. And you don't skip those. Amazing how this works. I could have missed on that piece of heart. I would have missed that piece of heart right there if it wasn't for remembering to do it right there. I don't know if I would have survived without that piece of heart. It was the exact same scenario. Except I had the flute before then. I had it wherever it was. It was in a different... This is the right route, isn't it? There's a Master Sword there. Now, I haven't had flippers on the... on Lumberjack in a while. I know that this is safe. I'm actually gonna get that. Ah, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I thought about it. Is it worth the whatever it's gonna be to get it? Probably. Should I get it considering I've... You know, I'm not fully awake yet? Yeah. But I won't. What you guys doing? The cats are awake and active. What are you doing? Part of me thinks I should have actually picked that up. That blue mail. Part of me thinks I should. I should just grab it. It would have taken, what, 30 seconds to pick that up as a good safety? Especially at this time of the morning, I probably should have done that. I haven't even looked at the map yet. I should do that too. Green, 5, and blue. Huh. Okay. Well, one of the two things is going to happen when we get to the Dark World. Either we're going to know immediately that we need to do Lumberjack, or we don't, actually. I guess that's the two things. I'm going to use this here, because I'm going to use... That's so much easier. Pearl. There's Cape. Oh, God. Where's the boots? We're missing 2 items now for that. I mean, you know it's gonna happen. You know it's gonna happen. I mean, we are just missing the glove, but... My iteming is probably not going to be very crisp today. My menuing. until my eyes officially open. Alright. Well, there's 3 progression items here. 1 on Death Mountain, 1 at Agana. That's it. And we're gonna have to get one of those items that I was talking about. Oh, shit. At some point I have to respond to my wife and let her know that I'm racing and I won't be able to respond to her. I should toss a, like a macro on my phone or something, can't talk racing. So I'm slowly typing out a text to her. Can't fight those things one-handed. There we go. Okay. Cats are fed. I got a glass of water. Wife is aware that I'm racing. I'm set. Good morning. Oh, man. Well, there's only 1 item left in sequence here, which means whatever is missing is not going to be here, unless it's in the big chest. I mean, I guess it's possible the torch is like an egg or something like that. Out of sequence. Alright, we're going to get the last item just for giggles. And then, I guess we check Agana? Unless we actually break it here. Jesus Christ, that's an early mirror shield. That is a super early mirror shield. Alright, so we're going to check Agana first, because if we happen to find the hook shot or the mirror down there, I want to take it up to Death Mountain. So, what would be funny would be Boots and Lantern. Like, that would be the 2 funniest items to get here. Oh my god, Addy. Good morning. So again, I watched that race when it happened, but I wasn't paying much attention to it. I wish I had. That's bullshit. Oh, that was perfect. Called that. That was bullshit on a stick. I don't need to see anything else. I hope that it's, you know, part of me hopes that it was just legit stupidity. My brain is telling me that it is not. Especially with some of the conversation that, from some of the other racers that I respect in that chat, as they were commenting, And there was a little bit of the history that came out in that I was not aware of about the history of the community. And that actually is concerning. Stuff I did not know. Because I've only been doing this for a year, man. It's been going on a hell of a lot longer than that. I'm not going to do the up and down here, because I'm going to go all the way around anyway, so... Yeah, I am, yeah, I don't buy that one. You know, if it was somebody that I actually respected as a person, I would have a little bit more benefit of the doubt. He is not one of them. That's all I'm gonna say. Again, I'm not... Yeah. I don't know what else to say, man. That is some shady fucking shit, though. Super shady shit. Oh, yeah. It's hard not to come to that conclusion when you watch it. I should have labeled this stream just straight up Saturday morning stupidity. Oh, I did! See, I wasn't even awake when I wrote that. Stupid Saturday morning standard. I was going to call it Saturday morning standard stupidity, but hey. Hippos, man! I got him! It's fun, isn't it? As long as you don't mind the grind. As long as you do not mind the grind, it is fun. It is fun. How you enjoying it, man? How you enjoying it? Yes, it is. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, that's perfect. It is the most frustrating fun you can have. Did you do the... Well, okay, I won't spoil anything, but have you done the weekly seed yet? The weekly, the kind of weekly open seed that they post in the channel? Have you done that yet? Oh, okay. Shit, we can't do this. Do we have the health for this? 5 hearts? We should, right? Oh, there's my glove. Never mind. Frankly, ever fail one is to learn more and more. Yeah, dude. Okay. So, and there's a lot of things I still haven't figured out about this game. Keep in mind, I played this game more times than any other game in the history of the planet. But there was a lot of shit that I've discovered that I didn't know before. That's like, oh, you can actually do this? Oh, you can do this. Oh, I didn't realize agility was based off of this. So, there's the newbie guide that's on the Discord that is very useful. That talks about a lot of the back-end stuff. Like how agility works and how it works with your party. That's very useful. So, do we have to do AGA? Yes, we do. Okay. Yeah, AGA's required. Shit. It's stuff that I didn't even know that it was there. It makes sense based off of the game that it wants to use Cecil as the fulcrum, and how agility is... It basically uses his agility to... That's a good pickup here. It wants to use it as the focal point. And it's because in the game, CSS is always in a group. If someone still to start a map, on this afternoon, the checklist, the resource guide. Yeah, and actually, I haven't finished it yet. I kind of want to do it this weekend. I want to update my tracker. So I made a simplified tracker based off one of the ones that were available. It's got a simplified map attached. Oops. It's got a simplified checker. I mean, you guys have seen it if you've watched the streams. I want to add to it off map. I want to add the key item locations, because I went the longest time before realizing that Rydia's mom on most of these seeds is a fucking key item location. I didn't know. And that's a super easy, quick key item location to get. I should have done this backwards. That would have saved me a mirror. I have to take this one. Yeah. So if you land in... Okay, so there's a trick to it. If you don't have the package... Okay, so the way it works, the package is independent from it. But if you decide to... So let's put it this way. If you have the package and you do it, it's completely independent from doing everything else. So let's say that you have the package, and this is important, and you check it out and you realize... Because I always save before turning in the package, because if the character is junk, you don't want to go through that minute-and-a-half transition. But if the package is not junk... Let's say the package is not junk. I'm going to get this blue mail. I know there's a blue mail here with the race, but now I can do it shortcutting it. Let's say the package is not junk. Or, I'm sorry, let's say the package is junk. Let's back up. Let's say the package is just garbage and it's Edward sitting there. Or a duplicate character. I'll usually save quit. At that point, go back to the Cave of the Mists. And so you save quit. You go to the back side of the Cave of the Mists where you fight the Mist Dragon. Once you kill her, once you kill the Mist Dragon... Shit. I can't actually do that, can I? Because I don't have the other side of this. Once you kill the Mist Dragon, you can go back there, and Rydia's mom will be a character on the ground. If you come in from the right side and not the left side, I'm gonna get this. I don't know why, because I'm an idiot. Then you can talk to Rydia's mom. There's a key item location there. I have to use the mirror. Oh, Jesus. I have to use the mirror anyway, so there's no reason not to just do this. That's one of the 17, like, out of the 17 normal locations, that's one of them. Now, it doesn't always apply. It does not always apply if the, there's a flag that turns on key items in the summon locations and the moon locations. If that is on, then that gets mixed up. It's not in the mix. But yeah, if you're not finishing runs and you're missing a key item, that's very likely what it is. So yeah, I've got a checklist that I made. I can tell you where it is. In the standards... Oh shit, I just closed something. I did not mean to close on my thing. Hold on. Okay, so the key item locations with the standard flags. Let me move it over to my other screen so I can see this. If the flags are standard, there are 2 items at Yang's wife. One for the pan and one after you've clocked Yang. The Adamant Cave with the rat tail turn in. The pink tail always gives you Adamant. So don't even put that... I threw that way too soon. So don't even put that on your list. The Tower of Zot, which is opened by the Earth Crystal. You need the Earth Crystal to turn in to get past the Golbez point. The Dwarf Castle, which is the Calbrena fight, which you need the Magna Key to get to. There's also a character there. Baron Castle, which is opened by the Baron Key. That's the Baron Waterway. There's one on the Kanazo fight. Let's see. The Tower of Babel and the Doctor. And the Frankenstein wannabe. That one requires the Magma Key as well because you have to get underground. Rydia's mom, which it does not require anything. The only trick is if you have the package you don't want to use it, you have to come in from the right side. Because otherwise it'll trigger the event and then you get a little back. The Tower Cannon, which you need the Magma Key and the Tower Key. That's in the underground where you fight the Doctor. The Fable King, which is that's always open, of course. You know, that's the Gauntlet, the Fable Gauntlet. The Sealed Cave, which requires the Magma Key and the Luca Key, which is a great farm point, by the way, if you don't have access to the moon, or you're playing the American version without the Japanese flags, and you don't have sirens. And you can't farm the dragon spot. Let's see, what's next? Sealed Cave. The Antlion Cave, which is always open. Mount Ordeals, which is always open. The Fame Arch Cave, which requires that's the key item where you find the rat tail in the vanilla version. That's the Land of the Summons. That's always open once you have the Magma Key. You can just walk through there. Be careful if you have encounters on that one, because that's dangerous early on. The Magnus Cave, which is the Twin Harp location, where you get that from Edward in the vanilla game. That's the Twin Harp. And then the Baron Inn, which is always available in the beginning of the game. That's where you fight that's the Yang encounter. So... Seal Cave Warp. Yeah, you know, honestly, I know of that trick. I've never used it. I actually need to learn the proper setup for that one, because then you don't have to do Evil Wall. I know it's there. I don't... That's one of those things. I just haven't bothered learning it, because Evil Wall is... Evil Wall is a good fight to skip, because... I ran into an Odin at Evil Wall the other day. This was a couple weeks ago, I think. And I couldn't finish it. Because my party was really, really bad. And I ended up having to go in there without encounters turned on. Just to... Because you can skip the trapdoor encounters if you've turned off the encounters. You can just walk through the doors. It turns them off. And I ran into Odin. And Evil Wall has got the fastest... the fastest agility for speed in the entire game of bosses, and that makes Odin's timer when he one-shots you go by super quick, super fucking quick. And hey, cats. And it was ridiculous how fast that went, and I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. Oh, I have a package arriving today. I was wondering what that email was. Alright, so the small key is in that chest. That's good. We don't have to get it. But, yeah, I'm gonna make a tracker, a basic map tracker. And I think I'm gonna do it today. I might actually do it after I finish this race. I wasn't expecting to do this race. I woke up, saw there was a race, said, fuck it, I'm doing it. I joined the race after being awake for 2 minutes. So, I've been doing the glitches to learn this. Yeah, there's a bunch of little things. It's a pretty broken game. It's not as broken as some of the other games, but it's a pretty broken game. If you learn some of the back tricks. I'm assuming you learn the item duplication overflow and all that jazz. That's the most important trick to learn in the game, because if you're playing glitchless with money, you can get that immediately. Wow. One of the few times Thieves Town's actually a crystal. Nothing here. But yeah, learning the item duplication and the unlimited gold glitch is obviously the most important early on. In my opinion, it is. You have to have it. Yes. Oh, okay, that's what you call it. Okay. Sorry, I didn't realize that's what you called it there. But yeah, that's it. Yeah. Yeah, you're underflowing it is what it is. But yeah, that's the one. But yeah. Yeah. Well, it's called an underflow glitch. Okay, so there are two glitches for that. There's an item duplication glitch, which is the one I learned 20 years ago, which is basically the same glitch but in a different order, and you only get one additional item. And I didn't know about that one, the underflow glitch, until a month ago, when I started doing this. So there's a duplication glitch which just gives you one additional item. And then there's that one that actually gives you minus one additional item, which is why it's the underflow. So in memory, it underflows the integer value, and instead of... when it goes to negatives, it underflows and goes to the biggest positive value that is available, which in the 16-bit world is 65,500... What? 65,524? So that's why it happens. So that's why it's called an underflow. There's also an underflow glitch you can learn with magic, and it's really effective with Tella. That you can underflow his magic, so it can be above 90, because his magic always caps at 90. He never learns anything above 90, so you can do that with Tella and actually learn how more than 90 magic, which is really effective if you need to use him to farm. It's super effective if you need him to farm. Exactly, yeah, it's horrible. I mean, rarely do you ever actually want to cast Meteor. It's kind of it's one of those spells that the only time you ever really need to use it is there's a couple of bosses that it's slightly effective on. Ooh, my cats are tussling. Yeah, oh no, he's worthless. I've used him at Zeramis before, but yeah, he's basically worthless. Where am I going? I'm just gonna go here. He's basically worthless. We might get locked here. We're gonna do a live by pod, die by pod. It is a pendant dungeon, so yeah. Well, I did that actually the other day. It was the weekly seed. It was the Monday weekly race. I had Tella in my group, and I don't even recall why I kept him, because I could have picked up a fourth melee before farming, and just done that. I mean, he's completely worthless. You never want Telly in your group because he's never going to survive. I actually, again, I don't want to... If you're not going to play the weekly seed, I'll just say it, because you have the option of getting Tella in that group too. And I actually had him I used him to the early part of the farm, and then just got rid of him. Oh, okay, I won't say anything then. I won't go any further. I mean, it's not really a spoiler. This... Yeah. I mean, it's good to do, though, because... I mean, they're fun seeds. It's fun to... I like the concept of doing that, where you just have one race, you can do whatever. Just because, well, you can do whatever. I'll say this one's an interesting one. I'll say that. It is definitely an interesting seed. Got both keys. So we're gonna crack that, even though we're not gonna do it. I can't even use the bottle glitch. I don't have the, why didn't I throw that bomb? I don't have any... But, But, no, dude, I'm glad that you're enjoying it. It is fun. It is, the only thing is, the farm is insanely frustrating. And I wish that you could do it without the farm section. That's the only part of it that just bugs me. Because in my brain, there's still a place and time to do it. Are we actually locked? Yeah, we are, because we can't get out of the key. Yeah, I guess we don't have a small key. We're gonna do the long walk. So I'm looking at my map here, and I see that, you know, Spike Cave is open, and I know that Blaine is in this race, so if there's an item in Spike Cave, we lost. It's like, we know we just lost, because there's no way he's not doing that. I mean, we actually could have done that, like, 20 minutes ago. Yeah, yeah. Well, we could have done it when we were up there the first time, because we had just gotten the Cane of Brian. Yeah, there you go, Hippos. Let him take it, man. Let him take it. He lost a race earlier this week because he went in there and found the mirror. And the mirror was not required, and it set him down the rabbit hole. That being said, if the item is here on the pyramid, he has lost, because he never comes here. The problem is, we don't have the fucking rupees. Like, I'm gonna be going up that direction to Zora, and we don't have the fucking rupees for it. I mean, the way it looks, it's either going to be here or it's going to be at, I think we could just fake Flipper then. We'll do that even before doing the rest, because we're going to be stopping here at Catfish unless it gives us a 300 drop. Because I cannot do this. So then we'll stay in sequence, I guess. We'll go do Spiral and all that shit. Spiral and Spike. That's my wife probably telling me that, saying something about... Oh, Jesus Christ, what the fuck is she saying? Not surprised, okay. Nor should you be. Nor should you be. You got something good? I'm gonna take this. I came up here for it, goddammit, I'm gonna take it. So, it's on Death Mountain, wherever it is. I guess it could be at Zora, but I doubt it. Let's do the Spike, I guess. We'll do Spike Cave. Actually, you know what? We're gonna do Spiral Cave first. For two reasons. One, again, if we know that Blaine is in this race, and if it's in Spike Cave, you could have gotten it 20 minutes ago, and he would have. So if we'd be behind anyway at this point. But the other reason I want to do this is because I could save quit, and see, I don't understand that logic. Blaine is better at me than this, especially when it comes to execution. He's put more practice in than I have, but I don't understand why his thought process of doing Spike Cave over Spiral Cave when you have the option of doing both and you're kind of in that middle side. Because if you do Spike Cave, look how long it takes us to get over here and do this. Although I don't know why I'm doing it this... Well... It probably takes... I don't know why I didn't... I have the mirror. I could have done the other way, but... It takes so much longer to come over here to do this than it does going up and around for... to do this the other way. I'm always unclear when... Especially when you don't have an easy route to get over there, like... Let's say I didn't have the mirror, for example. I don't know why he always chooses Spike Cave. I think it's just a personal preference. This just takes longer to get to. However, in this case, he's probably right. It's a 50-50 on where it is. Which means he's probably far, far, far ahead if this is an important item, like the Titan's mitts. You know, the funny one that it's going to be is going to be the lantern. If this is actually the lantern, this is going to be really funny. But Spike Cave it is. I think Boyne's got us, guys. I think he's got us here. I almost want to get that 50 bucks, but I'm just going to skip it. Because if it's not right here, it's got to be Zora. Zora's the only thing left. I'm going to have the money for it, so we have to farm it. Oh my god, should I do... Oh my god, I can actually do a Houlihan. I haven't done a Houlihan in forever. Oh my god, I get to do a Houlihan today? Really? Do I get to do a Houlihan? I do! Oh my god, I get to do a Houlihan! Oh my god, you know how long it's been since I've done a Houlihan route? This is great. I haven't done this forever. Now, we are still going to be like 10 rupees short, I think. I didn't catch what my exact count was, but we're going to be a few rupees. Oh my god. We're going to be 10 rupees short here. We got to come down this way anyway. We're just going to run up really quick and get the last 10 rupees from the spot here. I could risk it. You know what? Let's risk it. I need to make a little bit of money back. Or, a little bit of money back. I need to make a little bit of time back. I'm going to risk that we're going to find 10 rupees on this route. I'm also an idiot for doing this. This is a huge mistake. Just so you guys know, this is a big mistake. There's no reason that I should be risking this. Absolutely none. Except that it's saving me potentially 30 seconds. But in the end, it could cost me big time. We know where the progression is. The thing that's going to kill me here is that I think I'm going to have to de-water walk. There's red. Jesus, both of these males were in kind of weird areas. We're going to have the option to get that. And I think we probably will. Just because it's a really easy... Oh, shit. Man, I hate when that happens. Yeah, I think we're going to have to de-water walk here, because we're going to have to farm a couple of crabs after this, unless we find... Oh, I'm going to wait on this one. I ain't fucking with it. But yeah, we're going to have to de-water walk, which means we're going to have to walk around the long way to get to Zora. I could have just taken the 20 seconds and not done this, but I'm an idiot, so... Yep. Oh, this is gonna suck, too. This is true. This is true, Katabat. You got me on that one. This is worse, though. Oh, shit. Yeah, this is fucking dumb. I've already lost the time that I was trying to save. Like, the moment I did this, I knew this was a bad idea. Oh, come on. I'm tempted to just flute out of here and go get it. I'm gonna do one more of these. Because I'm gonna have to do these multiple times unless I get a 20. Yeah, okay. So, here's a lesson for you, boys and girls. Don't do what I did. I knew it was a mistake the second I did it. I was kind of banking on the whole... I'm probably gonna get a Big 20 in one of the chests type thing. But, it was not to be. I should have just come up here and did this. I don't know why I didn't do this. Because then I gotta take Flipper again anyway. Because it's the easiest way to get back there. Wow, we're gonna do Zora at 50 minutes. And it's gonna be the progression. It's gonna be the glove. It has to be the glove, right? No, it could be the lamp. Shit. It's probably the lamp. Actually, no, the lamp doesn't open up anything. Oh, yes it does. Yes it does. It opens up, Shit! Oh, Addy. Addy went there, boys and girls. He went there. We gotta take the long route. We have to lag it out, too. I think this is... It's probably a fire source. The lamp makes perfect sense. It's gotta be the lamp, the boots, or... Is that it? The lamp, the boots. Could be the bow. I guess it could be the bow. Or the glove. But whatever it is, it's important. The lamp actually makes perfect sense. Oh, shit. What did I... Oh, shit! I forgot Skullwoods. Motherfucker! I fucking forgot Skullwoods. I fucking forgot Skullwoods. I have totally zoned Skullwoods out of my rotation. I mean, 100%. I never go to Skullwoods anymore. Never. Because it's never the fucking item. Ugh. Totally forgot Skullwoods. Well, who knows? Who knows? That Bombos might be important. That Bombo... You know, this is what happens when you don't race for a week. This is what happens. I totally forgot about this, man. This is what happens when you don't race for a week. You full clear and then forget something stupid. Wow. Well, okay, let's put it this way. If that Bombos is important... Let's say the Bombos is important. Then that actually, this is not the worst play in the world. Because rupees are hard to find in this seed. And that Zora is not going to be convenient to go to. There's a joke there. You guys know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to say it. Because I'm not going to do it. Addy knows what I'm talking about. I'm just gonna save quit, because we're gonna go check out Death Mountain for the, what, the 8th time? Actually, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna check the Mire Ledge. We're gonna check Mire first. There's 3 items down here, plus we'll get that information to see if we wasted time. Light. We know that we can get in here. Oh man, just quake. I'm biting my tongue on this, man. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, it's probably better that you don't. So the only reason I'm doing this is that I still need a fire source. If I do want to do, if I do want to go up and do Hera, I don't think I'm going to, but well, Addy, here's the thing: he didn't get caught. He didn't get caught. Oh, there's my boots. Beautiful. Okay, change of plans. two things here. One, hooray bonk game. Two, I'm gonna do two things here. I'm gonna check the two items in desert super quick. It's gonna be a real easy check. He did, but he didn't. That's the thing. It doesn't matter unless he gets exactly, and that's where it's important though, is because the admins said nothing and the admins did nothing. So in reality, he didn't get caught. He got away with it. Solsky suffered, and it just is what it is. So he didn't get caught. I don't know if that had anything to do with what happened yesterday. It probably did, but you know what it is, what it is. What do we need? Like, what do we need for Gomu? We know that we need to do... Like, the lantern is... Oh, this is going to be a tricky lantern, too, because we know that Aga is required. We need the fire rod and the bow. No, it was blatant cheating. It was blatant cheating. Super blatant stream sniping. I mean, it was as obvious as it could be. It could not be any more obvious. It was super obvious. So we're gonna pick up this Master Sword before we go up there. Boy, where do we go after this? Is the save quit easy? I think the save quit's still quicker. We're gonna follow the boot spots. Yeah, but no, it was super obvious, blatant stream sniping. I would not normally pass judgment, but it was painfully obvious. And I watched that race live, and I didn't pick up on it because I was kind of only half watching. But I was watching that when it happened, and I just didn't catch it. I didn't catch what was going on because I was half working, half watching. If I was paying attention, I would have probably done so. Uh-oh. I can't look at that right now. Hold on. Alright, we're actually gonna... I'm gonna take a second here. I want to see what this is. Oh, is it a meme? Oh my god. Did you guys meme it? Holy shit, that is awful! Oh my god! Oh my god. That is absolutely horrible and I love it. I don't know why I'm hitting this dark side. I'm gonna have to remap, but I'm gonna have to mirror up there. Oh, that is amazing. I really wish that it was not so blatant and obvious. And even more, I wish that the admins would do something about it. But it's too late. It's already too late. It's too late on two. One, it's too late for Solsky, because now he's dropped down the X and 2. And two, it's too late because he dropped from the tournament, so... I mean, again, if anybody here is friends of those who we will not name, the man who shall not be named in this stream, because I don't want to get involved in it. I'm I apologize, but dude, it's so fucking obvious. It's ridiculous. Ooh, nice game. We can actually get in there now if we really wanted to. We're not going to, but we could. We're gonna go do, I guess we go do, I'm just gonna open this up now. There's no reason not to just do it now. You know, I guess we could... Should we run in and get that first chest? Boy, it'd be a huge waste of time if we followed it all the way around to Mimic Cave and it was a dud. But there's not much available right now. Oh my god, and it's Bombos! I didn't realize that Zora was required. Zora's required on this run. Ooh! The plot thickens! Thanks, Solsky, appreciate it. I don't like getting involved in the drama on that. I really don't. It's not my... I don't like getting involved in this. I just don't. Because... Let's put it this way. It's all circumstantial. It really is. It's all circumstantial. But it's really obvious. Oh, I'm gonna get suckered in. I'm gonna get suckered in. Here's where we lose 3 minutes, because I'm gonna go all... Well, and more. Yeah, I know. And you have to know that it's there. I agree with you 100%. You have to know. You're not wrong. It's just sad that we have to. Oh, shit. I'm really gonna get suckered here because I might die. Oh, oh! Well, look at that! Okay. Don't clip, okay. I was like, don't clip that. Well! You know, I'm actually gonna jump in here really quick and get some hearts, because... Oh, wow. Okay, so that is required by logic to do that. And that's gonna be really convenient, because I get to go do Agate now. Interesting. I wasn't expecting that. Yeah. It's... The thing is, it's gonna taper out and die. And then he's gonna come back in 6 months, and everyone's... Like, half the people will not even know that it had happened or forgotten, and then... The people that will have remembered won't say anything because of fear of getting banned from the community, and... Actually, grab that heart just in case here. Alright, so we're doing this now. Again, we know we need the flips because we have to do Swamp. I'm probably not going to go directly into Swamp, though. Actually, I probably should. Probably should. Hey, good morning, Dread. Oh, we were talking about it last night. This is the... Jesus Christ, I'm fucking going the wrong way here. It's He Who Shall Not Be Named. If you saw yesterday's drama, last night's blatant stream sniping in a match earlier this week with 2 prominent players. Get away from me. I actually, honestly, after that Turtle Rock play, I feel pretty good about this. Okay, I'm gonna give you the Crib Notes version because, again, I don't want to go into great detail about this just because of what's happened since. There was a race earlier this week between two racers. One of them blatantly cheated. Blatant stream sniping. Who is a well-known player. Nothing came from it. And then said player dropped from the event yesterday. So... with an excuse of something happened in his family, and if something actually legitimately happened in his family, man, I feel bad for him. I feel sorry for him, and hope that everything turns out okay. That's the unknown in this. The only known is that he fucking cheated. That the Jesus fucking shit, get away from me, man. The unknown known. I mean. Yeah, you can't prove without reasonable doubt that he cheated, but he fucking cheated. If you watch the video that Ack put out, he fucking cheated, man. Dude, it's so blatant. And it happened like 6 times in the stream. You can't be any more blatant than that. I've only seen one time that I was totally convinced that somebody was cheating. And this is just as bad. The other one was bad because it involved 2 people and not just 1. So the problem is that he's not going to get busted for it because he already dropped from the tournament. He'll probably vanish for 6 to 12 months, then he'll come back. Apparently, that's the way this community works. I didn't know about the backstory between some of these guys and some of the founders and the admins. That I found that out watching that video. If you watch the chat in the video, that's the most important part. Because there's a bunch of people in the chat that talk about this. I had no idea. I had no idea that it was that there's this back end, call it clickism. I had no idea that it was there. But yeah, it's bad. It's bad. It's horrible, you know, to have that happen in the community, and it's even worse to have it on somebody that, again, I did not respect personally. I thought he was, you know, he was a. You only have to know his name, both his you know, his name that he uses to race, as well as his Twitch name to know that he's fucking. You know, to know that, you know, he's immature as shit. But considering that, you know, considering his record and his track record there, that's the hard part. That's the hard part. That's the part that stings. Did you just see the AGA Ped CT Rock Double Dip required to? No, I did not. I'm glad I missed that one. So yeah, we're going straight to Swamp. It's required. We'll probably actually after this go do Ice. We're gonna follow the logic. Yeah, we're probably gonna go do that after. We're gonna follow the luck that we picked up on the lantern there by taking a dive into T-Rock. But yeah, I would highly recommend if anybody has, especially if you know the dude. I don't know the dude. I don't know him personally, and I've seen him race. Again, I can respect his racing skill. I just won't respect him as a person. But watch that with an open mind. I highly recommend going into it with an open mind because formulate your own opinion on what it is. It's just going to be really hard to... You're going to need a really good story to come back to me and say, oh yeah, well he did it because... I'm playing such shit today. It's going to take a lot of effort for you to come back to me and say, well yeah, of course he didn't cheat. He did it because of this. Because it's fucking blatant, man. It's obvious. It's bad. It looks really bad. And it puts a... Again, even though that he is not in the tournament anymore, he was X1 and he dropped. And I for his sake, you know, if there's a legit family issue, I almost hope for his sake that he's making it up. Yes, Dread, I did. Yeah, I did not see that seed. I did not see that race. Ega, Ped Seed, T-Rock, Double Dip. Yeah, no, that sounds like hell on earth. I missed that one. But, yeah, again, I almost hope for his sake that he's bullshitting and there's not actually an issue with his family. But, boy, it looks really bad. Of course they will. And the admins should. Addy, the admins should. The problem is, I don't think they will. Because the problem has remedied itself in regards to this tournament. Because he dropped. I think they should, though, because if he comes back in a month and decides, oh, by the way, did you guys forget about this? They won't. And nothing will happen, and he'll get away with it. And that's wrong. But from what I understand about some of the people, the early community people, the people before it blew up, with him and some of the admins and again, I'm not naming names, but there's 3 or 4 admins apparently, some of the creators, some of the developers, and the people in SRL, they won't do anything, from what I understand. That's what I took out of the chat. We're probably gonna have to come back in, so I'm not gonna bother double dipping or backtracking. Mirror on Ped. Well, I gotta read this. Man, it sucks too because we've got most of the items. Mirror on Ped with gloves on Lumberjack and Bowen. What? Oh, that is gross. Oh, that is revolting. That is disgusting. I mistracked an item. We actually have 5 right now. Because if this is the 6th item... No, we only have 5. My bad. No, we'll only have 5. No, there is an item still to get. Independent Turtle Rock? Whose race was this? I need to know. I gotta watch that. Do you know whose race that was? Do you remember? Man, we don't even have... I could pull out the Ice Rod and do Ice Rod here, but it's not worth it. And we just had a forfeit. And here, okay, so there are 2 items still in there. Let's track that. Man, that sounds like the worst fucking seed ever, though. Alright, so there are 2 items still in here. We still need the Fire Rod and we need the bow. We are going back in, though. We're gonna follow the boot logic. Could be a complete waste of time. It usually is. But we're gonna go back in. Oh, top of the morning to ya. Yes. 3:30. Probably 8-ish. Can't go this way. Because I have a key. Because I did this the long way. That's really unfortunate, which means there are 2 items on the left, which means we wouldn't have had to actually come back in here. We could have just left after, so this is actually going to cost us a little bit of time. We are seeing Deadpool tonight. Well, yeah. Yes, Deadpool 2. We are going to see the Deadpool starring in the movie Deadpool 2 tonight. Oh, Colbert? Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, that was on Wednesday, I think, or Tuesday. I think it's Tuesday. It was Tuesday, because I think I watched it on Wednesday. Yeah. Well, hopefully this pays here, because... this pays off, because we spent a lot of time here. Usually I will hold Swamp to last, just because of the ability to go mode it. Maybe I should have done Meyer first. I don't know. Could have saved some time in here, but we're following the breadcrumbs on this. So Bo cannot be on the ped, but Fire Rod can be. Like, Fire Rod could be there if we find the bow. Oh, there's the bow! Love the bow! Be the Fire Rod. Come on, Fire Rod me one time. Okay. Well, beggars and choosers. I actually feel good right now. Strangely enough, I actually feel okay with where this is going, because if you didn't do the T-Rock dive, you wouldn't have gotten that. Now the question is do we do Ice Palace after this? Gotta kill this thing because it's Quake. I don't want to sit there and get... Alright, so now we have discuss. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna do Meyer. We'll get this out of the way. We can go to Pod. We can go to Ice. We can check the Smithy route. We still have an item in Hera. The pet is available now. The pet is in play. Wow, this opens up a lot of shit. Oops, missed that too. We're gonna... Oh, I actually got that one. I didn't think I was gonna get that. So, we are Fire Rod away from go. So, in logic, that Bombos was required to get into T-Rock, which gave you the lantern, which led you forward. So, Ice is totally acceptable in this situation. I just don't want to do... Fuck. I just don't want to do it. Nobody wants to do Ice Palace. We already got the items out of Desert, so we know we don't actually have to do that unless it is a Ped Seed. And I don't think I'm going to go do a Ped Seed yet. I don't think that's where we want to be. So, where the seed got broken open is if you decided to Dark Room Aga Tower, which not a lot of people know, and not a lot of people do, because it's a pain in the ass. If you're going to rate all of the Dark Rooms, that one's #1 on the list for the one you never want to do. Now, the trick here is that, let's say the Fire Rod is locked behind this lantern. Well, that's dangerous because you would have to double dip T-Rock. We're just gonna go do the... We're gonna follow the breadcrumbs here and say that this is fire locked. Because this also means that Fat Fairy is also fire locked. The only exception to this would be... Now, everything is fire locked at this point. It really is. You know, we didn't actually sequence break shit. So, I guess, yeah, it comes down to, do we want to do Ice after this? And I guess we should. Oh my god, is that Troy? Oh, that's why. So my cat Troy loves cheese. He loves string cheese. He fucking loves it. He'll hear you when you open the package of the string cheese, and he'll come at you. And he will attack you. And he'll sit there and give you those puppy dog eyes until you actually give him some. And this one here knows too. She's starting to like it too. We got 5 heart. We have powder, right? Yeah, we have powder, so we'll be fine. So the question's gonna be is where do we go after this? Do we... Like, we have a couple of options. Okay, let's be realistic here. We have a couple of options. We can do the Smithy route, 3 items. We can do Ice Palace, 3 items, but it takes a while. We could go do Eastern and Pod, and Eastern opens up Fat Fairy. I'm almost inclined to do that. And see if we can go mode Swamp, or go mode Ice. I'm almost more inclined to do that than anything else. The question's gonna come down to, do we, like, is the play go into Pod? And that's the part of this I'm just not sure about, is if we actually do the Pod play, or if we just do Eastern for the Crystal. I mean, I guess if we're going over that way, we also do Pod. It probably makes sense. There are 5 items in there right now. And it could... It's a catch-22 on this one, because Ice is required. I guess we do Ice. I guess we have to do Ice. Because, I mean, it's required in the end, and if it's in there, we save a ton of time by double-dipping. Yeah, I guess we do. Uh-oh. Obviously, my fear at this point is... You know, a pendency. Or a pedestal. That's my biggest fear at this point, is that it's going to end up something like that. Because pedestal is in play. So I guess if I'm gonna do Ice, I'm gonna do the Smithy route first. Because it's 3 items, much quicker to do. It's gonna put me down in that section anyway. So let's do the Smithy. It's the last 3 items in the overworld, really. God, we only have, what, 4 crystals right now? 3 do we only have 3 crystals? Oh my god, we only have 3 crystals. And bonk for no reason. So we made a huge, egregious error. But it didn't hurt us, though. I guess that's the thing. Doing the Zora play before doing Skullwoods was the wrong play, but it was actually the right play in the end because Bombos was required. Bombos was required for T-Rock. And as it stands, Bombos is fucking required for Ice. So... It was the wrong play, but it might have been the right play in the end. This is one of those backwards plays. It's the reason that we lost the round 4. We made the right play and got the hammer super fucking early, and it ended up being the wrong play because it sent us down a trail that was not the right play. It was not the right place to go. And we dropped like 10 minutes checking shit that we didn't need to check behind the hammer early. Which we could have go-moded almost all of that. So we're kind of doing this. This is the same result backwards. So... And we followed the breadcrumbs from the T-Rock... Oh, that's nice. Almost forgot. We followed the breadcrumbs from dropping into T-Rock, and it paid off. So... I mean, this is a weird one. But that fire rod could be in one of many locations. But because I'm about to commit to the Ice play, I'm gonna do these 3 overworld locations first. They're much easier to check. They don't take near as much time. And I'm getting the same net number of items out of it. And if we hit it, we saved like 5 minutes. I am not getting red mail, by the way. Red mail is sitting on, like, on the Hylia Island. There's no fucking way I'm gonna get that. Alright, now we commit to the ice plane. Even though the bow does say go to pod, I don't want to do a pod dive and then have to come back out. Like, that's going to waste more time than just coming in here and do this, because we have to do this anyway. It's just, we don't have to full clear this. In worst case, we grab Tempered on the way. That's not the end of the world. So, how's everybody's day going? Everybody enjoying their weekend so far? It's early. After this, I get to go downstairs in my basement and set up a Bowflex. Now that I'm working at home full-time, I realize that I don't get out and do anything anymore, and I need to, I bought a home gym so that I can actually not become like 8,000 pounds and weak as a mouse, so... You know, before at least I would get out and I would walk 2 miles a day, and now I don't do that. And like, I'm already noticing after less than a month, I'm already noticing the difference. Walking 2 miles is not great for cardio or anything like that, but it's better than nothing. I wish we had... In theory, we could skip the bomb jump here, because we are going to full clear this, but if we find, like, the fire rod on right side or something like that, then it's not going to be... Then it's going to be slower, so we're still going to bomb jump. Oh shit, I'm off. Damn it! Man, I almost had to reset that twice. So we're gonna check. We're gonna just check right side. The big key's over here. It's gonna save us a little bit of time. I know I've seen people do this the other way, and just go left first and around instead of doing the right first. And I guess there's some merit if you bomb jump it, but if you fuck up that bomb jump, that's gonna cost you big. Especially if the big key is on the right side and the big key, you need to check the chest. So I don't think it's worth the risk. I actually saw that yesterday. It was GamerCal did this yesterday, did that route, and ended up hurting him pretty bad. Because he did the bomb jump and he failed it and he dropped down, and then he had to go all the way back around and bomb jump again. And it set him back at least a minute, I'd say. Fire rod. That was not the fire rod. Oh. Also no. But that's the big key again. We wanted that, so... Because now we can check the big chest in sequence here. Man, where do we go after this? We have to do the pod play after this, right? I think it's gotta be. Because T-Rock, we know, there's no progression in T-Rock. We've already done everything that can be done in T-Rock without the fire rod, so... So we'll do this, and then, yeah, well, I guess, again, it's not even a choice. We have to go there. There's not much else to do. Unless we want to go back into Hera. I guess Hera is in play. Just be the fire rod, please. Damn it! We gotta check the asshole chest. But it is going to be an item. I'm pretty sure the way this is set up, Cold Stare is going to have a small key. I think. 2, 3... Oh, no, one of them is going to be the compass. Right, one of them is going to be a compass. But logically, I think it could be either. I don't think there's a guarantee of which one's the compass in this scenario, so... Gotta check the asshole chest. It's probably the compass. Yeah, we've got all the small keys. We have 3. This is probably the compass. It probably is. Or it's gonna be worthless. Alright. Damn it! It's gotta be the pod play, then. Well, we could have... Again, I don't... We could have followed the bow trail and just gone into pod, but... It could also be Fat Fairy. I mean, there's no guarantee of that. Basically, we're gonna full clear pod. Or, yeah, we're gonna full clear pod 100%. Even if the last item is not an item, we're still gonna full clear, because at this point, we have to think the pedestal. We have to assume pedestal's in play here. Because after that, we have to go do Hera. What? You know, okay, you know what, though? Let me think about that. We could actually go do Hera. So let's say, for instance, we know that there's a map on Helmasaur. I think it makes sense to save quit at that point, mirror out, and go do... I think at that point it makes sense to go do Hera and turn in the green pendant before doing pod, before going back and doing Helmasaur, because then we know for certain that it's a pedestal, and it takes about a minute and a half to go do Helma from the start. That's what we're gonna do. All right, so we're gonna go to pod. We are gonna go do pod. We're gonna clear out the items until there's 0 left. If Helmasaur is not an item, we will mirror out, head to Death Mountain again for like the 8th time. We're gonna go do Hera because we have to do the Hera basement, which I don't think anybody would have done at this point, considering where the lamp is located. I would be shocked if anybody has gone back into Hera at this point, if it actually is in Hera. And we'll go do that, we'll turn in Green Pennant, we'll come back this way to do it then. And then at that point, we'll go do Helma if we have to do the pull ped. Because that way we save the minute and a half of actually killing Helmasaur, if Helmasaur's got a dungeon item. So... This one's tricky, man. This one's tricky. Well, we already have the big key. And we didn't get any items in here, I don't think. I'm pretty sure all the items are live. This is actually one of those situations where sequence breaking this with the bottle glitch would have actually been beneficial. I didn't have a bottle. I didn't have anything to drink at the time, so... Wow, we're an hour 33. We have what, 4 crystals at an hour 33. That's how slow this seed is. I mean, that's not surprising, considering we knew we were key locked. Oh, that match, yeah. Is I don't know if chat's running really slow today or what, or if everyone's just being super quiet. Don't be quiet, people. Talk. Saturday morning, yay! Saturday morning. Oh shit. And we know that there are 5 items in here. I think they're all still live. I think all I've gotten so far is keys. Did I get a map or a compass in here? I got the map. Okay, so the map is live, or the compass is live. There's 1. That's 2. We know there's a small key. I did this out of order. I'm still confident this is a small key, but I did this all out of order. Okay. Can pod be locked by the hammer, or is there another way to get the... No. So keep in mind, the hammer, only thing the hammer does in pod is it prevents you from going to Helmus Arcade. That's the only thing that the hammer actually stops. So you can full clear this without the hammer. You just can't do Helmus Arcade. It's 3. So the only way the hammer prevents you is just from finishing it. The chest there that you're talking about where you drop down is not actually part of logic. You can just do it by getting around. Fuck. Damn it. I knew that was going to be the goddamn compass. Now we gotta go do Helma. Now we gotta go do Helma. Fuck. But yeah, that hammer jump is not in... The where you use the hammer and jump down. Right. It's not in logic. You'll never be forced to do this drop right here in this room. Right there, you'll never be forced to do that. It's not in logic. At least I don't think it is. I think there was a discussion about that in when the Key Sanity tournament came up, that drop is never in logic. I'm pretty sure that's the case. I am not 100% sure that is the case. I'm like 93% sure. Some arbitrary number that is high, but not 100%. Do we have to go back to Hera? I mean, there's absolutely no shock that nobody has done it, because this seed is horrible. And of course, I joined it, waking up and joining a race 3 minutes after. I should have just let this one happen. I mean, we still are 3 crystals away. Now we're going to be able to go mode the last area of this, but we've already kind of gone into T-Rock, so... That tempered sort of lag. This is why some players don't do this and just do this method here. I prefer it. I find it easier when he charges to do this because you get extra shots in. Alright, Fire Rod me, come on. So the only reason this is going to be required here is if we have to do the pet. If this is not Fire Rod. $50. It's in Hera? Are you kidding me? It's fucking Hera? Progression is it's either Hera or it's Fat Fairy. So let's do... Fat Fairy actually hurts a ton if we have to do that, but... This is not the slowest seed I've ever seen in my life, but it's in the team. In fact, change that. This might be the slowest seed I've ever seen. We're at 138 and change. We still only have 4 fucking crystals. Well, we'll have 5 in a second. But this is as slow as I've seen. So we're going to do this. We're going to do Fat Fairy. How do I do this? You don't need to do this. This could be the slowest seed I've ever seen. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna open Fat Fairy. We'll just go do it. We'll knock that out before we do anything else, just because it's 2 items that it's gonna take the littlest amount of time, especially since we've killed Aga. And then if we don't do it there, we have to go to Hera, and we have to assume it's either green pendant, the last item there, or it's pet seed. Okay, thanks, Dread. I will go look that up. I don't think I watched that one. hey, guess what? We might have the exact same seed here. Because this, so far, is required double dip. The only difference is that T-Rock is a crystal, not a pendant. Required double dip, Pedaga, we're almost there. If it's not at Fat Fairy, we have the same seed here. Oh, man. Sent me a... Oh, that's right, it's my compressed air. Only listen to the suffering different way I can break your addiction to Rando. Never! I refuse, Shin. I refuse. Y'all got any more of those randomizers? Well, at least we know that we're not going to miss anything in particular because we're hundo clearing this one. There probably will be a finisher by the 2-hour mark if this is the item right here, if it's Fat Fairy. But if it is not, it's possible nobody finishes this seed in 2 hours. If this is a Ped seed, which I think is possible, Fire Rod. Fire Rod opens up, finishes off Turtle Rock in the last Turtle Rock and Skullwoods. Now keep in mind, we lost a lot of time early. We made a blunder early and didn't check out Skullwoods, and Skullwoods had the Titans bits. So we lost time to that. But again, because we did that, we went up to Zora instead and got the Bombos, which is definitely required. 100% required. Tonight at 5 is when that movie is. There it is. Alright, that's actually bad. Yes, it's cool that we got it, but that's actually bad for us. Because now we full cleared pod for no reason. So... that's good news, bad news. Yes, good news, we're in go, finally, but bad news is we did not have to do any pod. If we would have done that first, we would have saved 10 minutes. So that's a good news, bad news. That's really tricky, though, because you're missing Fire Rod. Well, we go to Studio Movie Grill, which means we're eating dinner while we're watching the movie. But I'm not gonna not, it's not like I'm not gonna pay attention. That's funny. Dude, I can't wait. Again, I'm looking forward to this movie almost as much as I was Infinity War. Almost. I mean, Infinity War was 10 years of build-up. This is only 2 years of build-up. No, I appreciate the heads up on that. I do. I'm very much looking forward to this. So now based off of our knowledge, I assume there will definitely be a finish in the next probably 10-15 minutes. But this has been a tricky one. This has definitely been a tricky seed. Not Ped required, but boy, it's close. Really? Get down here. I said, get down here, prick. Do I want to stop and get some goo? We have half magic, 15 hearts, blue mail, powder. I don't think we need goo. Yeah, it'd be nice to have, but we shouldn't waste our time. And I'm not even going to try to figure out the logic on this one because It's all over the board. So Fat Fairy required. In reality, you did not actually need Bombos for Ice Palace. You could have gotten the bow and just headed straight in at that point. Which I actually thought about doing that. I did mention it. Yeah, I mean, I guess I didn't finish the Ped side stuff. I already opened this. I should just go to Dark Side. Don't have to deal with the Dead Rocks. I mean, we'll be in G Tower by like 151, but unless we find the big key early, we're not going to 2-hour this. It's going to be a +2. But no one's done yet at 1:46, and I think there'll be at least one person that sub-2s this, but probably not many. She gave up, Shin. She gave up. She gave up. She hasn't played it in like 3 weeks. She gave up. She did not get very far. Let's put it that way. She did not get far. Whatevs. I kind of assumed that was going to happen. This isn't her type of game. And I'm always reminded when I hear people playing this for the first time, this game is not easy. You know, it was easy for us as kids because we weren't, like, the difficulty level was common. You know, this is how games were back then. This is average difficulty considering, you know, 1993. She likes building games. She has a lot, she likes, like, Minecraft. She's been playing a lot of Terraria lately. She plays WoW, too, but, you know, that's a little bit different. But, she likes more of those types of games. These games like this that require a lot of patience. Yeah, Minecraft, Terraria, those types of games. She likes building shit. Well, I remember having trouble with Helmasaur King because I did not realize you could use the hammer. And for 15 years, I used bombs to break open the mask. Because you can use bombs instead, and trust me, it's a lot fucking easier with the hammer. I also did not realize that Cane of Samaria had the second ability on it, which allowed you to, you know, use the block part of it. I didn't know. Ah, damn, I almost got away. Shin, yes. Yes, it is. Which is a very unique... Well, I guess it's not totally unique, but it's a very interesting story. So, I don't know if... Shit. I don't skip this chest. This has been discussed several times. I will not skip this chest. Yeah, it's likely that I'm safe. It's, what, 80% chance that I'm safe? But yeah. I didn't use no fucking strategy guide with this shit. If I had used a strategy guide, I would have realized... Oh my god, Salty's done. I'm actually surprised that Salty's done. That somebody got a 150. That's pretty shocking considering this seed. If I had used a strategy guide, I wouldn't have lost like a weekend trying to figure out to use the lanterns. That I'd use the lantern to get past desert. Skip laser bridge. Well, good for somebody did actually sub to this. Oh, Pink Kitty just finished too. 2 people got it. So I guess I'm the awful one. I mean, we did screw up really early. And I suspect if you, you know, if you dark room Aga, then you could have saved a lot of time. But that's a tough one to dark room, especially completely in the dark, because there's no way you would have had the fire rod at that point. I mean, there's not much of a story, to be honest. There's not much of a story there. Obviously, I still have work to do on this strat. I kind of got it down, but... There you go. Well, no, okay. Alright, here's the story. So, I still am, even though we don't even play anymore. I was GM of our guild, which is Koala Apocalypse. I've been GM for that guild for... Ooh, mushroom. Oh, wow. I gotta go check that. No, I don't. I've been GM of our guild, which is, again, Koala Apocalypse, which is a fantastic guild name, by the way, if you hadn't... if you didn't figure that out. So she... One of my officers he lived in Texas, and he had contacted my wife long before I even met her, obviously, and mentioned that if she was looking to get into a guild, to switch servers, come over to our server and join the guild. And because, you know, we did a decent amount of raiding, and she was looking for a raiding guild and all that. So she does, and she was warned coming into it to watch out for the guild Nazi, and that was me. I was the guild Nazi. And it's not because I'm a hard ass or anything, but I also did the raid leading, and you have to be kind of be a hard ass when you do raid leading. Otherwise, shit gets all out of whack. So she was warned in advance to watch out for the guild Nazi. So she comes over, and she comes over with her then... She was married at the time. And she comes over with her husband at the time. And they had already been kind of on... Apparently they'd been on the outs already at that point. So... that kind of leads into the next part. So she's in the guild for like 6 months. And during... Oops, Jesus. I'm trying to tell a story while I'm navigating G-Tower. It's not going well. So again, yeah, she's in there with her husband at the time, who I did not know that they were already on the outs. Shit. And Boeing just finished 2. God damn it. We're going to be just under a 2 here. Fuck that up. I'm actually surprised, considering where everything was, that Boeing finished the time that it did. So we start talking just randomly. And nothing, I mean, again, she's married at the time, so I'm not, and I had a very strict rule about, you know, don't fuck with that. Don't get involved. It's a mistake. Don't get involved with that shit with anybody that's married. It's bad juju. But so we just start talking casually, and find out shortly after that her and her now ex are in divorce court. You know, they're getting divorced. It's getting handled. And so we were chatting, you know, and we just, you know, we start developing, you know, some sort of a relationship while talking. And it was around this time that you know, I had known when, you know, I knew that she was, you know, getting her divorce taken care of. And she was looking for some support getting through the divorce. So, you know, we talked a lot. And then the day that she got divorced, and I know when it was, I know exactly what day it was. It was May 10th of 2010. Was kind of when we kind of knew that there was something there already at that point, but neither one of us acted on it because, again, she wasn't divorced yet. And then once that actually, you know, once her divorce was final, we kind of knew that there was something there. And we had we actually just celebrated this last week. It was a day called Margarita Monday. So it was on that Monday, she went out to celebrate with her friends. She went out to celebrate with coworkers. And she had margaritas, so at that same night, I decided to have margaritas in my little fucking 450 square foot studio apartment. Because I was living alone at the time. And it was kind of at that point where we started making plans to meet up. And it just kind of took off from there. That was in May of 2010. By October of 2010, I had moved. I had moved because she was in Texas at the time. And I had already made the plans to move down there because we had gotten together shortly after that. And again, months later, it didn't take that much. It didn't take that long before we had made plans and I'd moved down there. So it took off really fast after she had got her divorce finalized. So, and then yeah, by October I was down there, and then we got married in 2012. So. Yeah, Margarita Monday. We celebrate it every year. We did it. It was last Thursday. So that was last Thursday. We sat on the couch last Thursday and drank margaritas. We do it every year on the 10th. I lived in Chicago. I was still living in Chicago. She was living in Texas. So it's okay. So not only is there a distance factor, there's also an age factor. Which is we always joke about it. We always joke about the age factor. I'm 37. I'll be 38 in a couple of months. She's 45. So we're 7.5 years apart. So there's always a joking factor that I was in middle school when she graduated high school. So there's a lot of things that had to happen for this, you know, for our marriage to work out. So a lot of things had to work out. Yeah. Nice triple. That was a nice triple. We might sneak in the 2 hour, but I doubt it. Yeah, so it's one of those things. It's one of those things that a lot of things had to work out, and a lot of things had to come together for this relationship to even manifest. So, but yeah, I mean, if you want to look at it that way, yeah. I mean, I screwed that up actually with that extra. I screwed that up hardcore. I've got a problem here. I have no safety. Remember I decided... Oh, Jesus. Yeah, we fucked that up hardcore. Alright, we're okay. Really screwed that up, though. yeah, that's the story of my wife and I and how we got. Jesus, Gannon, don't be a dick. That's the story of how my wife and I got together. Yeah, we've been married, what, almost 6 years now, so... We both would say we don't... We get along so insanely well as a couple because we like similar things. We hate... We don't like arguing. We don't argue with each other at all. Oh, that was a triple! That was a perfect fucking triple. He is being an ass. I mean, we've been together for 8 years. We've really never had an argument. A legitimate one. Man. A 201. Ugh. A winner is you! Da 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 da! Bonk game begin! You know Boyne's gonna jump in here and he's gonna try to snipe this one, right? I'm just gonna put mine in now. I know what I'm guessing. I already typed it in, so... We got those boots, what? They were at, where are the boots? Where are the boots? Oh, they were at, Checkerboard. So we got those maybe about, what, 45 minutes in? 50 minutes. So yeah, get those bonk numbers in. I know Addy's around. I don't know why he hasn't put a number in yet. Maybe we can sneak one in and Addy won't guess. Ooh. And we just had another forfeit. How many people were actually in this race? I have no idea. How many people are actually in this race? So, here's the thing. We lost 5 or 6 minutes based off of us just not doing... of us missing the... oh man, and one just started, too. We could add a follow-up race if we wanted to. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, my Chrome just went apeshit. That's no good. Yeah, my Chrome just, like, locked up. That's no bueno. Man, we could have snuck into another one. Oh, that's a good race, too. Gem, Preer, Sage, Killrap, DT, Cal. That's a lot of big names in that race. So I'm kind of glad I didn't. Yeah, I mean... We lost, I'd say, 5 to 7 minutes by not getting those Titans mitts, but... It did lead us to pick up the Bombos... Bombos medallion when we needed it, and who knows how much time we would have lost on the other side. Now we probably would have done it anyway because it led us to the flips, which then led us to, you know, Zora anyway. So we probably would have done it anyway, but I don't know. I did not. I hated every second of living in Texas. So here's the thing. All right, let's just get it all out there. So I lived down there for 2 years. We moved down there. I moved down there in 2010, and we moved back up here in 2012. So it's just over 2 years. It was October 2010 to December of 2012. So I'd been down there. I worked from home. I got to keep my job, and I worked from home just exactly the same way I do now. I worked from home. I left the house only for 2 reasons. I needed to get groceries, or... we went to visit my stepkids. or my in-laws or something like that. I never left the house, so I was a shut-in for basically 2 years. Basically what I'm turning into here now that I'm working from home again. But I do get out a little bit more. Or I guess my wife goes out and do something. We went out every once in a while. I hate the heat. The Texas heat is ridiculous. It is absolutely asinine how awful the Texas heat is. I have a picture to prove this. It was 109 degrees. I have a snapshot somewhere on my system to prove this. It was 109 degrees at like 9 o'clock in the morning. How are you supposed to live like that? 9 a.m., 109 degrees. That's not... You should not live in that. And we were living in the north part of Texas where it's not insanely hot. It's worse down south. But I hated every bit of it. By the end of the first year, this is after we had gotten engaged. So we had gotten engaged in 2011. By the end of 2011, I told her straight up, I cannot live in Texas anymore. I cannot do it. We had a serious talk about it, and we decided we were going to move here to Chicago. It's like I had to come back. And it was really difficult for her. She made a huge sacrifice because her family's all down there. But we planned for it. We took a year to plan it. We made sure that her kids, because she's a little bit older, her kids were older at the time. So my stepdaughter right now is 25. 25, right? Yeah, 25. And my stepson just turned 21 this year. Now her stepson moved with us originally and came up here to Chicago, and then he had the opposite effect. He hated it here in Chicago, and he moved back to Texas. And he ended up finishing his senior year in Texas. But she made a huge sacrifice to come up here, and I already concede the fact we are not retiring in Illinois. Before we retire, she will drag my ass back down to Texas. We will retire down there. I've already conceded this argument. She's already won it. She wins. I know this is going to happen. But for retirement and not dealing with the cold weather, I don't mind as much. I'm not telling her this. It's like, I'm not going to tell her this. But she knows she's already won. I've already conceded this argument. I've already told her that I've conceded the argument. But hopefully it's going to be in like 20 years. So, that way I can live out my 50s and 60s in the warmth instead of the cold. Fine with this. So, yeah. But I hated every minute of it. I am a Chicago guy. You know, I grew up in Iowa. I moved to Chicago when I was 17. And I love this city. I fucking love it. I love everything about it. Except for the traffic and the weather and the politics. But I did not fit in at all down in Texas. It's not my type. The people and I don't mesh. We do not get along. You know, her family is... Let's face it, her family are mostly redneck. Ooh, I did better than I thought. Shin gets a point! Wow, a 4-minute item time. That's horrible. Shit. Oh, you're first on the board! Oh my god, look at all these ones. There's a lot of ones on that leaderboard, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of ones. So... Oh, hey, Mitzer, you just missed it, man. You just missed it. Addie didn't get a... Oh, you actually... Where do you live in Texas? Because we lived in Dallas-Fort Worth. So I'm curious on where you're actually living, so... and that's where we'll end up going back, because her kids still live down there. So... Anyway, what time is it? 11? It's almost 11. I need to get some food in me. I've kind of got the jitters. So I'm going to get some breakfast in me. And then I got to set up that Bowflex in the basement today. I'm going to see if I can work on my Final Fantasy tracker. So I will not be back on, most likely. Oh, you're way... Okay, you're in El Paso. You're way down there. Okay, I can't do it, man. I can't do it. I just cannot do it, man. Just can't. So, it's everybody's thing. I know I'll retire down there. It's going to happen. But until then, I'm going to love my Chicago. So, all right, boys and girls, we're going to call it for right now. We'll probably be back tonight after we get back from Deadpool. And we'll probably go back and do more Chrono Trigger. We started Chrono Trigger yesterday. We got about 3 hours in. We're just about to get the Mass Immune. So, I'll be back later tonight, most likely. So, enjoy your Saturday, everybody. Have fun. And we'll see you guys later. Talk again. Pet the kitty. Pet the kitty. Pet the kitty. Aw, pet the kitty. Let's pet the kitty. All right, we'll see you guys later.